Good Erev Shabbos. This is the Daily Tanya for Shabbos, the 21st of Elul, September the 16th. We're recording this on Friday morning. We pick up now in Epistle 17. Overview. The mitzvah of tzedakah creates a most expansive vessel for the infinite light to reside in, even superseding the revelation of godliness of the souls in Gan Eden. Chapter 17, Epistle 17. It is well known that in response to arousal from below, when a man arouses his heart, the attributes of loving kindness and the compassion for all those who need of compassion, there comes an arousal from above that arouses the great compassion upon him from the sources of compassion and endows him with the fruit of his deeds in this world, while the principle remains intact for the world to come. The Alter Rebbe goes on to explain that the fruits of this world refer not only to the physical blessings, but also to the insight and spiritual delights of Gan Eden, the Garden of Eden. For even Gan Eden is termed this world in relation to the world to come at the time of the revival of the dead. This means that the fruits refer to the flow of the benevolence which is bestowed by the source of the compassion and fountainhead of life, blessed be He. It issues netherward, following the pattern of the evolution of the worlds from the downward and so on, until it vests itself in this physical world, in the form of blessing, such as children, life, and livelihood, and the like. All these gifts, both spiritual and material, are deemed to be more fruits, for just as fruits are not the essence of the tree, but fall and are replaced, so too does the flow of benevolence undergo a transformation from world to world. The principle relates to the verse, your commandment, mitzvah, is very wide. Now it should be said, your commandments, in the plural. This would have been the case if the verse simply meant to say that the commandments in general are without end. The term wide was also puzzling. A more commonly expected term may have been great, immense, lofty, or the like. However, the choice of the singular form of your commandments alludes to the mitzvah of tzedakah, which is truly Hashem's mitzvah, the mitzvah He performs Himself, which the Holy One, blessed be He, and all His majesty perform at all times by animating the world, and will do so in the future with exceeding magnitude and intensity. It is likewise written that they shall observe the path of Hashem to do tzedakah. Tzedakah is here described as Hashem's path. Metaphorically speaking, like a road on which one travels from one town to another, so too His charity is the manifestation and radiation of the infinite and soft light which encompasses all worlds, and that will radiate and become manifest in the future at the time of the resurrection of the dead, even in this world, in response to the arousal of the initiated by mortals from below, as expressed in charity and gratuitous kindness, with a magnitude and force infinitely exceeding the state in which the radiation is manifest in the lower and higher levels of gain. The proof for this, for the souls of all the tzaddikim and all the tanim who preceded them, of all the prophets who predate them, the tanim are now in a higher Gan Eden at the peak of all levels, will become vested in their bodies in a time to come, and they will rise at the time of resurrection to derive pleasure from the splendor of the Shekhinah, which will then radiate in this world to the souls that they are vested within their bodies. It is thus clear that the revelation will transcend by far the degree of revelation that can be attained in the higher Gan Eden, so that this is worthwhile for the soul, which are so lofty, situated to descend and enclose themselves in a physical body in order to be able to receive it. This revelation is purely in the act of tzedakah and gratuitous kindness on Hashem's part, for man's arousal from below is in no way intense enough to draw down such an immense degree of revelation. This spiritual service serves only as a vessel which enables him to receive it. The Alter Rebbe now goes on to explain that exactly it is about the revelation of attaining in the world to come that makes the revelation attainable even in a higher Gan Eden pale in comparison. For the manifestation and the radiation of the Gan Eden are on the level called Memali Kol Amin, which the light which penetrates all world, the muted divine life force that contracts, descends, and diminishes according to the receptive capacity of the particular creature being which it is permitted. This diminishment of divine life force is an evolving progression from one rung to another, by means of immense contractions, and was taught by our sages of blessed memory. The world come, which here means Gan Eden, was created by the letter Yud. The letter limited the contraction to a single point. This letter signifies the level of the supernal Chachma and the first of the 10 Sephirot of the world of Elul, which is referred to as the higher Gan Eden, and surpasses the level of Gan Eden inasmuch as Gan implies only a garden derived from Eden and not Eden itself, and which evolves and becomes vested in all the worlds. Chachma descends and vests itself in all the worlds in order to continuously create and animate them. As it is written, you have made them with all Chachma. All the created beings derive from the Sephirot of Chachma. It is likewise written, Chachma animates, again, indicating the Sephirot of Chachma animates all worlds. In Gan Eden, it is manifest, comprehensible to each according to its measure, to his measure. While the life force that emanates from Chachma is concealed from all other worlds, as it is manifest in Gan Eden, so that the souls are there able to apprehend the essence of divinity. For as it is known, the delight of the souls of Gan Eden derives their apprehension of the secrets of Torah in those who reveal dimensions, that they were engaged in this world, so that what was secret in this world is revealed in Gan Eden, as is discussed in the sacred Zohar. The Zohar speaks there about the various heavenly academies, such as Moses' Academy and the Heavenly Academy, and so too the academy in which Miriam teaches righteous women. And in the Gemara, with reference to the incident involving Rabbi Nachmani. The Gemara describes a legal debate between Hashem and the Heavenly Academy, recording the ritual purity in a situation where it's doubtful whether the Beheret preceding the appearance of a white hair or whether the white hair preceding the Beheret. It was agreed that Rabbi Bar Nachmani would render the decision opinion because of his singular knowledge of the field of Neginim and Ahalot. In Likutei Torah, Parshat Sariah, the Alter Rebbe explains the specific dispute as well as the concept of the Heavenly Academy in general. At any rate, the revelation attained in Gan Eden is of the Melamei Li Kol Amai, which only a limited degree of light filters through. The radiation of light at the time of the resurrection, however, will become manifest through the level of Sovev Kol Amim, which is not a state of contraction, measure, or limit, but is limitless and endless. This concept of Sovev Kol Almin is, as has been explained in the Likutei Amar, chapter 48. It is not to be understood literally, as resembling a sphere, heaven forfend. The superior order of light does not encompass all worlds spatially, so that it surrounds creations and remains exterior to it. Rather, it means that it is not invested, implying adaptation within it, instead of contracting itself to match the receptive capacity of the particular created being that it animates. It affects it even from within while remaining on its own level. Note this carefully. The takeaway for this very deep Epistle 17: charity is Hashem's commandment, an act of Hashem performs constantly, vivifying the world, animating the world through his charity. Now we can imitate Hashem by giving charity, giving tzedakah, and animating the world by restricting and overcoming severe judgment. Have a great Shabbos, Kol Tov, Etzlacha Rabbah, Sei gesund.